Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome again to New Covenant Church TV. As always, thanks for joining me right now. And hey, I want you to hit that share button right now. Help me get this word out there. I would appreciate it a lot. But as you can tell, you can see that you're watching this video on a Monday. So I decided to move these videos to Monday, just to help give us that encouraging word early on in the week that we need. And eventually, I'm going to have a set time where these videos are posted every Monday. So stay tuned for that as well. But anyways, I did have something that I wanted to share with y'all this week. And what I wanted to talk to you about this week was something common that we all face on a day-to-day basis, and that's disagreement. Now, it shouldn't shock you to realize that people out there have different opinions. Not everybody is the same, and we all think differently. Now, if you're not careful, it's so easy for us to get caught up in our own little world and think that everybody thinks the way we think, and thinks that everybody has the same opinions like we have, and we all like the same things, that everybody likes what I like. It's so easy for us to get caught up in that. But that's just not the case. Some people like steak, some people like chicken, some people play the piano, some people play the guitar. Everybody is different. And I think that we can be a lot happier if we really just realize that little truth, that not everybody dances and marches to the beat of the same drum. Just like that old saying goes, to each his own. But although disagreement is very common and it's something you're going to face daily with people, coworkers, spouses, friends, although it's very common, the impacts of it, if we're not careful, can be very, very powerful. Relationships can end because of disagreements. Plans can get halted because of disagreements. People literally fight and butt heads over disagreement. I mean, if you think about it, like even in governments, things don't happen, laws don't get passed, actions don't happen because parties don't agree, all because of disagreements. But I think that we're taught, just somewhere along the line in our society, I think that we're just taught that if you have a disagreement with somebody, you go your own way and let that person go their own way and just don't talk about it. But I believe that that's wrong. I don't believe that we should live that way. I think that we can get to a place where you can still coexist with somebody in the midst of disagreement. In fact, I think that you should still walk hand in hand and you can still be friends even if you have a disagreement. The Bible talks so much about the importance of, walking in agreement, walking hand in hand. It talks of the importance of not being divided. There's even a scripture that says that if possible, have peace with all men. And I like the way it says it because it's basically saying you're not going to have peace with everybody all the time, but try to have peace. And you can do that, by looking at disagreements carefully and really talking to that person and seeing why there's a disagreement anyways. And I have for you today, I have 3 tips that I wanted to share with you that I think can help you really cope, in the midst of disagreement. The first thing I would do, if somebody disagrees with you, the first thing I would do is remain calm. Now, a lot of times it's not like the disagreement in and of itself that causes relationships to end, but it's the way you handle it. If you don't remain calm and you raise your voice and you cuss and you fight and you say things you don't mean, then I can understand why the relationship would end. But you have to learn to remain calm and go back to what I first said. Understand that not everybody sees it the way you do. So just take a deep breath, step back, and just remain calm. The next thing I would do is I would really assess the disagreement. Now, look at it this way. I've compromised with people before because I feel like the disagreement that we have isn't even that big of a deal. We don't even have to talk about it because it's not that big of a deal. So really assess whatever it is that you're disagreeing about. If it's not that big of a deal, hey, maybe even let them do it their way, whatever the disagreement is. Let them do it their way and just compromise sometimes, because in the end, it's not going to hurt you or them or others if you just allow them to do it their way. It's not that big of a deal, everything that you disagree with about somebody doesn't have to be talked about, especially if it's something small. But if it is a big deal and you really feel deep in your heart that what you're disagreeing about with that person is a big deal, well, then I would do step 3. I would do the 3rd tip, which is to explain your situation. Now, when I used to work in sales and marketing, every day, every person I talked to, it seemed like disagreed with the way I did things. And they taught me a formula called feel, felt, found. In other words, what you do is you approach that person and say, I understand how you feel. Many people have felt the same way, feel, felt, but what I found is that if you do it my way, things are going to go better. Feel, felt, found. Now, I'm not saying you have to use that exact formula, but what it's just trying to say is that you need to learn how to sympathize with that person. Learn that and really genuinely try to see that person's point of view as well. Try to see their point of view, and then try to gently and calmly explain your point of view as well. So do those 3 things, and I think it can help you a lot in the midst of disagreement. Something you're going to encounter every day. So, my friends, if this message blessed you and you really enjoyed it, again, please share this message and help me get the word out there. And I hope to see you guys next week, Monday, on New Covenant Church TV. I'll see you guys later.